I take one day off. One day. And of course, this is when news from one of the big three franchises decides to drop. Are you serious, man? Like, for real? Like, I was just having a good day with my day off, eating some crackers and drinking some Circle water. By the way, not sponsored, but definitely drink Circle water. It is delicious, and it's pretty healthy for you, especially compared to things like Kool-Aid. And just hanging back, having a good time, putting together the Fortnite NFL schedule, and this comes flat out of nowhere while I'm scrolling through my Google Chrome on my mobile. Okay, so there's going to be a big story with this one before I even get into all the news, so give me a moment to elaborate a bit. So, I was just laying here in my bed having a good time, watching some YouTube on the TV and scrolling through my social media on my phone to see if there was any kind of new information or new news that I could talk about tomorrow or in the coming weeks. And as I'm scrolling through my Google Chrome, where they have a bunch of these articles on the bottom that list things like politics, news about social media or video games or any, stuff like that, pop culture news. I'm scrolling through there, and I find an interesting little article called Fans Erupt, New SpongeBob Game Has Leaked. Now, obviously, I thought at first this is just some crazy hoax, because people fake this kind of stuff all the time, but it looked like it was actually from a legitimate news source, so I clicked on the article, I read it, I looked at it. It sounded legit, but I was still very unsure, so I did a little bit more research, and from what I can gather, this is actually real. This isn't AI generated, this isn't fake news, this isn't anything like that. This is an official game that got leaked by a official list website that I assume is from the UK. That got leaked and revealed way before than it was actually supposed to. What is it with Nickelodeon games lately that keep getting leaked? Like, yeah, the Rehydrated one, that one wasn't leaked. That one was 100% confirmed before it was even starting to bring out news and development. But, pretty sure Cosmic Shake got leaked, but I'm pretty sure that one was 100% intentional on THQ Nordics' fault because it was literally in the logo of that showcase. So, yeah. The new SpongeBob game got leaked. And then, of course, we have the Kart Racers trilogy from Game Entertainment. Those got leaked. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1 and 2, those both got leaked before officially being revealed. Like, all these leaks of these Nickelodeon games, like, all the time. And I don't understand why it's Nickelodeon in particular that always gets their games leaked out early. It's so weird and strange, and I don't get it. But this is another one to add to that pile, because it's a game that apparently has been revealed way before it was actually supposed to be. My guess was that this was going to be a Gamescom, because for those of you who don't remember, the Gamescom opening night is August 20th of, obviously, this August. And I've planned, don't worry, whole live stream reactions planned on that, just like last year. Gotta keep tradition, I know. But the thing with this is that I didn't expect it. I wasn't expecting to get any SpongeBob games this year, because the franchise outside of Saving Bikini Bottom and Camp Coral Season 2 has pretty much been very, very quiet. And because THQ Nordic is currently busy working on the Last Ronin game. So I thought, okay, we're not going to get a SpongeBob game this year. That's understandable. Let THQ Nordic take their time. Epic Mickey will be a nice little filler before they get to their next SpongeBob game. Because I have no doubt there is another SpongeBob game in development. Because there's still 13 unannounced titles, according to their live showcase from a week ago, or something like that. From earlier this month. There were still 13 games that they have not announced yet. Now, I know one of those games is Darksiders 4. That got teased at the end of that showcase. But that still leaves 12 games unannounced. And it would not surprise me if one of those games is another SpongeBob game, because for those of you that don't know, Battle for Bikini Bottom and Cosmic Shake have both been selling incredibly well. They're the highest selling games that THQ Nordic has made as of right now. So, it would make sense for them to do another SpongeBob game. But this isn't THQ Nordic. It's somebody else. A certain someone that I'm gonna rail on because, it went to the worst company it possibly could have went to. But yeah, that's pretty much all the context. I was scrolling through Chrome, I found it in an article, I didn't think it was real, I did more research, and 100% now I think that this is real. So now we're going to go over everything we know about the game so far, but we're going to start with the box art. Not the company on the box art, just the box art in general. And I think, personally, the box art looks really nice. It's colorful, it's cartoony, it's what you want from SpongeBob. You have Patrick dead center, you have SpongeBob on the side with a little Glove World balloon, even though I don't know why it's orange, that's a weird color choice. And then you have like Bikini Bottom here, and then you have Glove World on this side. And I even like the logo, I'll give it this. The logo is really cool, because they actually have like that Patrick Star font from like pre-movie SpongeBob. So that's actually really cool. So, yeah, I like the box art. The box art's cute. It's simple, but it gets the job done, it's colorful, it's going to entice kids, and it looks cute. So, box art, 8 out of 10. Solid. Now we'll move on to some of the information we know about the game, starting with this description right here. And I'm going to read this off my computer because my camera is not going to allow me to read the whole thing without having to do some kind of weird thing. So I'm going to read it from here, but it's also here for you to read if you want to. Here's the official description from the website. Patrick fans, your time has come, and Bikini Bottom is your open-world playground. You can skydive with just a parasol, or nothing at all, reference to the SpongeBob movie, search for buried treasure in the dump, or release the rage in Mrs. Puff's rage room. I assume that's either a new location created for the game, or something that's from current modern SpongeBob. Use almost any item you find, from the reef blower to a paint can. References, obviously, to the reef blower episode, and the paint can's an episode reference to wet painters. To make the world more Patrick, and take on challenges only Patrick would attempt, set up by SpongeBob's Sandy Cheeks, Mr. Krabs, and more. So become the star of the show, put your silliest ideas into action, and enjoy the physics-based chaos that unfolds all around you. So what I can pretty much gather from this description is this. Is that it is an open-world game. It is a game where you take quests from characters to do certain tasks, but it's not 100%, like, you can still play the game without having to do those tasks. This is open world after all. Every single item in the game is going to be able to be picked up and used in some way or capacity, either for puzzle solving or just to mess around for fun YouTube videos. And apparently it's going to be physics-based. That's a bit weird to me. So that means this game is going to have, like, a ragdoll physics engine or something like that when Patrick gets thrown around by something. Or at least I assume that's what's going to happen, because physics-based, that's immediately what pops in my head. I think ragdoll physics. But that is interesting that they put that directly in their description. So, yeah, that's the full description for the game. It's a solid description. It sounds pretty cool on paper. Like, it's a game where you play as Patrick, and you have to do all these tasks, and it's 100% open world, and not semi-open world like Frontiers or Cosmic Shake. So, cool. It sounds cool on paper. Next is the price. This was also leaked, and it says that it's £39,099. I assume that is going to translate around $30 to $40 in the US. Like I said, this is from the UK. Solid price, that pretty much means that it is a budget title, and that's about the same price as Mutants Unleashed, the other game they were releasing this year. So, that's everything we know about so far. So from what I can tell, it's going to be single player, Patrick's the only playable character, it's open world, and you can pick up and use pretty much any item in the game. Okay, interesting. And then the other thing we know, I forgot to put this down on here, but the other thing that we do know actually comes from my good friend Mountain Kitty, who many of you have seen on this channel many times. He even did a little bit of research on himself. Well, a bit of research himself, excuse me. And he said that apparently the game is scheduled for an October 4th of this year release date. Despite the fact that the game hasn't even been officially announced yet, it is apparently coming out in October. This is dumb for a lot of reasons. So, before we even get into that, I'm going to stop beating around the bush and talk about the company that's making this game. Because until I saw this company's name on the box, I was intrigued. I was excited. Like, okay, a SpongeBob game where we play as Patrick and it's open world and it's not so linear like some of the other SpongeBob games have been. It sounds like fun. Until I found out that the people that are making this is obviously the worst company in gaming today. Yes, worse than EA, believe it or not. Because this company makes nothing but shovelware. Nothing but trash, garbage shovelware. And it is a company that is so bad, and has made so many bad licensed games, that they even rival the horrible crappiness of the legendary IGN. Not IGN, LJN. Yeah, they're pretty much the modern LJN, because they make nothing but crap. You want some examples? The Grinch game that came out last year was awful. They're the people that resurrected Bubsy for no reason. They're the ones behind that awful Garfield party game. They're the ones that made Superman a Karen and Justice League Cosmic Chaos. Like, this company is bad. And keep in mind, this is also the company that's making that Ninja Turtles game. Yeah, it's outright. It had to be outright. Because, goodness forbid I get excited about a licensed game that's not Sparking Zero. Like, really, man? Nickelodeon, why? Why OG games when THQ Nordic already has the license? Not only that, THQ Nordic actually cares about making a quality game that is pleasing to fans of the show. Not a half-efforted cash-in. But Outright Games makes nothing. And they make nothing but crap. So, we're getting 2 Outright games this year. Both of them are licensed. Both of them are from Nickelodeon. And they both are more than likely going to be like mediocre stocking filler at best. In other words, we're probably in for something so bad that it's going to rival Hero Pants. I didn't think that was possible, but apparently it is. I thought we were past the years of the terrible licensed games, but no, they're still here. Apparently Madden just can't be the only one. It's gotta be a bunch of other companies too. Like, that's the most disappointing thing about this announcement, or about this leak that's going to become an announcement. It's because it's from a company that makes nothing but trash. Huge bummer. So why is the October release date, in my opinion, such a bad idea? Well, why don't we take a tally of all the games that are coming out in October of this year that are actually noteworthy? Let's see. We have, if my YouTube can shut up for 5 minutes, let's think. We have Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That game is going to sell 1 million copies in probably less than a year. Sonic X Generations. That game is also going to sell extremely well, especially since now that they've added that reversible cover art that allows people to use the Japanese art. What else? Their own Ninja Turtle game. Their own licensed game. Mutants Unleashed is coming out on October 11th. Or was it the 16th? I can't remember. But it's coming out in October is what I'm saying. So, they rightfully they knowingly picked a release date that is packed with a bunch of games that people are going to probably play more, and they're just putting it in such a bad situation it doesn't even have a chance to succeed. Yes, SpongeBob is a big IP, but that doesn't always mean guaranteed success. Just, everything about this just makes me sad. Because I want to be excited for it. Like, it sounds so cool when you read that description, you know. Again, open world adventure, playing as Patrick, completing quests from other characters, ragdoll physics, getting to use any and every item in the game. That all sounds so cool on paper. And it sounds like one of the most open and free range SpongeBob games to come out in the past few years. But then you have to take into account the terrible company that's making it and the awful release date that they're setting it in. This screams cash in. Look, maybe when we see gameplay, it might look a little better, or maybe this is one of those games that they were secretly developing and just never told anybody. I don't know, but knowing Outright Games, it's probably going to be outright garbage. Because that's all this company makes, outright garbage. I mean, will Mutants Unleashed be good? Maybe. It at least looks okay, but I mean, it's Outright Games, guys. My point is, don't have much faith in this until you actually see some gameplay. If the gameplay is as good or up to the standard of something like Mutants Unleashed, I will be nice to it. But until then, I don't know. I'm split because it sounds so cool on paper, but then you take into account the company making it and all your expectations are pretty much thrown right out the window. I want this game to be good. I'm hoping it's good, but I honestly don't know. So, since I really don't know what else to say here, I'm just going to quote Tom Grossi. I'm not overwhelmed, I'm not underwhelmed, I'm just whelmed. I'm average on this game until we see more of it. And like I said, more than likely, this was supposed to be revealed at Gamescom. But it got leaked early, because all Nickelodeon games leak early nowadays, apparently. So, yeah, that's pretty much all we know about the Patrick Star game for right now. I want to be excited, but the company that they chose to make it, just no. Sorry, just no. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on this down below. If this game interests you, I can understand, because like I said, it sounds cool on paper. But just temper your expectations is what I'm saying. Don't expect something on the level of the Purple Lamp SpongeBob games is what I'm saying, because that's not what you're getting here. You're probably going to get something around the quality range of Plankton's Revenge. Well, Plankton's Robotic Revenge, that freaking lazy Ratchet and Clank clone from Activision. That's probably what you're going to get here. At best. And at worst, we could probably be in for something so bad that it makes Hero Pants actually look playable and competent in comparison. So, buckle up. We're probably going to get news on this game very soon. I hope we get to see gameplay and screenshots and see how it actually looks. It is coming out mostly for next gen, but it is going to be available on PS4, from what my research has told me. I have no clue if it's going to be on Xbox consoles or not. I assume it's going to be on Series X, but whether or not it's going to be on Xbox One is a crapshoot. So, we'll wait and see. But until then, that's it for this video. I'm going to go actually enjoy the rest of my day off now. So, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this leak or any of this news in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time for another video soon. Take care. Have a sponge-tastic day. Peace.
We cannot take it anymore.